because can you imagine that in the last hour, when we've looked at the situation of education, we've talked about 2 issues. 3 maybe, that we've looked at teachers and the SHA issue. They contribute to this cycle of education. We've looked at the increment of school fees and talking about the fact that a lot of parents will not then be able to afford this in this term. And then we've also looked at capitation as reasons as to why this is continually late. And it's obvious that a handle on this has not been had for a long time, and that we are still in this mad cycle. Now, while all of this is going on, the degree of, because when we talk about teaching, we're talking about the transference of knowledge and the ability then for a child or a learner to understand from this transference. Now, even with all of those problems, unfortunately, this knowledge receptacle is not working. Because if you have this is the Usawa agenda did give us a report earlier that we were looking at students. This is not even this KNEC report. This was the Usawa agenda report on grade 6 learners who are not able to read and write, comprehension, not able to read and write. So even with all of those problems, then even the manner of teaching and how it is happening, the handle on knowledge and understanding is still a problem. I mean, honestly, how many problems can you have in just one sector? And then we also have to ask ourselves that this system around education, is it really working? I mean, there's the emotions and the sensitization. I do believe that when you see something going wrong, if you pretend like everything is okay and say it's going to get better tomorrow, you're part of the problem. That if you don't speak out about it and say, no, this has got to do better, we're actually forming part of the problem. But emotions and sensitivity aside, is this working for Kenya right now? Is it working? And if it's not, what can actually be done about it?
Actually, is that the competency-based education is not the issue. It is not at all. If you do not send money to schools, let me give you and our listeners an analogy. It's like a family that anticipates that our income every month is 30,000. So that family is able to plan, and it's even able to plan to have its meal plan, because we know that every month we have an income, say, of 30,000. So if we set aside, say, 10,000, so we're able to plan that it is sukuma wiki na mboga, na ugali na mayai. Once in a while we throw in a quarter kilo of meat. They are able to plan. So that family, in the context of feeding only, is able to have a balanced diet, because you can see it. Now that is different from a family that will have the 30,000, but we don't know when it will come. We don't know when it will come. So today we have 100 shillings. So when we have 100 shillings, we rush to the Githeri,
the next available spots.
The next available, So this 30,000 family can be malnutrited, because when you get money, you get what is available. Because when you had time to plan, you could even have gone to the Mama Mboga from Kisii, brings for you the kienyeji mbogas. You are able to plan. That is exactly what the head teachers, especially of primary schools, are telling the president today. That the head teachers today have high blood pressure. Because they are not able to relax in school. You cannot plan that I will buy, this at this particular time. I will do this. No, you can't, because you oscillate between school and Jogo. You to find out to the bank, has the money come? The money has not come. You don't know whether to charge parents, because again, when you charge parents, you're embarrassing an already bad government. So head teachers don't know what to do. Those are and they're expecting the 30,000 I talked about, the capitation of 1,200. It might come, but for now we don't have it. That is what you're seeing affecting quality of education, because when the school is not relaxed, and the head teacher is forever angry, is forever bitter, it's forever, because this government is pitting heads of schools against the parents. Like, for example, the parents of Limuru girls here, one of the reps has written to me and is telling me, Ouko, somebody needs to talk about the plight of parents in national schools. Our school added remedial fees from 4,500 to 6,000.
What is remedial?
The remedial
like
is
assistive
It's
learning.
like as extra classes, isn't
Extra
it?
classes, yeah.
extra classes. Okay, do not, these are outlawed.
Yes.
That's what I was going to
It's
ask.
actually outlawed,
That's what I was
yeah.
going to say. I thought they were not. Yeah.
I want you to look at 6,000 shillings. 6,000 shillings to a certain household, it is actually what they eat for the entire month.
Yeah.
You know, because we're in Kenya. Let people stop operating as if others are living in Europe and only come to supervise us or to help us. No, all of us know. And when we are saying some of these levies have a direct impact on households.
Yep.
Now, this same parent who was added the 6,000, at our school added remedial fees from 4,500 to 6,000 and development fees out of the blues to 10,000. So this parent did not know that they were supposed to part with 16,000. This is 6,000 plus 10,000. That is 16,000. And they have been, from 4 parents, were to pay fees in 2 installments. First and foremost, whose sharias are these?
Yeah.
Whose rules are these? As far as I'm concerned, the Ministry of Education says 50%, 30%, and 20%. So why are schools developing their own sharias and locking schools out of? Because they say the Form 4 parents were supposed to pay fees in 2 installments, but we were shocked on Monday when we took our kids back to school. So you'd already finished paying your installments for the two terms, as they said, but they have added another 16,000, 6,000 for remedial and 10,000 for development, which is what brings me to the next issue that I want to discuss. That this government has no plan for CBE, competency-based education. And the plan, because I said, the plan cannot be the capitation. Because capitation is money for electricity, is literally money to keep the school going. But capitation is not money for development. So the money for development, the burden for development to accommodate the dictates of the competency-based education have been pushed to the parent.
But those are the conversations that are being had with PTAs and school management currently, whereby to justify the increment that is then applied is that, well, we need a new dining hall, so, or we need to buy a new bus, or we need to a new classroom, or we need to put up a new social hall or rather a multi-purpose hall, whatever the case may be. So it is applied directly to a need that the school has at the time. So what was when you talk about the Milema report, Muir report, what was the agreement in terms of what was supposed to happen for development in schools vis-a-vis how much then was supposed to be paid? Because that is the reasoning that's being given to a lot of parents right now. If we're talking about the plight of parents in national schools, the reasoning that's being given for the increment in fees right now is that, we need a new dining hall. We have many more students than we had last time. We need a new dining hall. We're going to buy a couple new buses. We need to, erect new labs and things like that. What is it supposed to be, whereby we look at development?